jina ko yukole asikobit ikonech akinye kerutikuk anan kerengung kou boiyonoto nebo komasi une ngalekab kalyet ako yekotach kirwogik cheu chu kotikonet neokochini kirwogik chu konyolu kwai ne asikobit maybe koingen system noto nengwanget nebo ole kabit kalyet eng komoseb constituency noto nebo Tarbo.
Kongoi mising ang kainet chu nebo boiyot Paul Ramandoko amengune Blombe ajamani nebo sub county nebo ward nebo Blombe akibwau siketa kirwogindet nyotiyo nelel nikonyo sub county nyonet asikiborchi ngalek chemi emoni ak tebi kibagenge tugul ak kerib kalyet asikomyeit emet sub county nyonet asikotebi lagok komie ak tebi boisiek komie ako tebi age tugul nemi sub county nenyo akot kora konyolu ngoit kirwogindet anan ngoit chito nelel ni yemi ak boisiek amoche ko ki boisiek iribe tuguk chemokororon makimeche koyait ki eng emet eng masta nekimite kimeche lagok cho kotebi eng oret nenyolu kiungani mkono ngalek chekomwa serikali akobo maiyek yu ko kasit nemanyolu yuni ko emotinwek chechang ko kikobet heshima kikobet kondit akobo tebekab maiyek ko kakisome konyo kakitochi kirwogindet nekochu kotiyo nenyo asiketebi kibagenge ak ketuiye kibagenge ako umwe kirwok sikengalal tugul kibagenge ako myeit emet nyo.
Kongoi mising. Ko mangen ale tos tetinye ngolyo ne tos teshi ama kinyoru dio agenge tugul kainet ak ole bunu.
Oi kikureno Charles Arap Maina abunu Ngenyilel ko achama nebo Ngenyilel ko kakibwa kele ketach tiyo keleche karibu ngergeit ninyonet bo Tarbo ko akenaige tugul asikobit ketestai kechangan maendeleo nebo Tarbo constituency akebar bunyot nito nekokoyait kabisa kokoyait ngalekab maiyek eng emet nyo amu mako maiyek angot yu kikilen maiyek kokoek tugun alak chekabar ine lagok ako kabar biik kotko makomi biik ko noto nakibwa utok yu kitiongon kanyo ketoche tiyo taityo kemwochi ngalek chemakimoche boisiek kimi ak biik tugul chekimi Tarbo ak kekosindosi tugul kitinye kalyet eng Tarbo na kararan kukiboiboi.
Kongoi mising. Bwana Dio, naona umeweza kukaribishwa na wazee na we bado ni ule kijana barubaru, pengine furaha yako umetoka upande gani, na pengine wakati umekuja upande huu mwito wako ni upi kwa wale ambao pengine wanajaribu kuleta uhasama kati ya jamii ama wale watu ambao pengine wanajaribu kuhujumu hali ya usalama katika kaunti ya Uasin Gishu upande wa Tarbo. Na tunajua kwamba ulifika wakati ambapo kulikuwa na kisasa ambapo pengine kulikuwa na msiba fulani ulitokea hapa Tarbo, na pengine utaguzia tu mpaka saa hizi mmefikia wapi katika ile hali ya kujaribu kutafuta ule upande wa mwili ambayo ilikuwa imeweza kupotea. Ukianza tu na majina, ulitoka upande gani na unasema nini kwa hao wasi ambao wakaribisha siku ya leo?
Asante sana. Kwa majina naitwa Cheseto Charles. Cheseto ni Assistant County Commissioner wa Tarbo Division. Na kwa kazi nilitoka Kitui County, Mwingi Sub County wa Ita Division. Na wakati nilipotu kwa kazi siku ya Jumatatu, niliweza kukutana na wananchi. Kulikuwa na msichana alikuwa anaitwa wa miaka karibu 33. Alikuwa ameuawa ile sehemu ya Kaptebe na kichwa ikaweza kuchukuliwa. Jumatatu tukakuwa na wananchi, tukaweza kuketi chini, tukasema twende tuweze kutafuta kichwa kwa pamoja. On Wednesday tulikuwa na firefighters kutoka Uasin Gishu County pamoja na professional divers kutoka Iten. Tuliweza kuangalia zile sehemu zote yule mshukiwa alikuwa amesema ameweka kichwa, lakini hatukuweza kufanikiwa. So bado tunaenda kuketi na familia tuone jinsi gani tunaenda kusuluhisha hiyo. So siku ya leo tumeweza kuwa na wazee Council of Elders kutoka Tarbo Sub County. Na nia yao kukuwa na mimi siku ya leo ilikuwa kunikaribisha hapa Tarbo Sub County ili tuweze kufanya kazi kwa pamoja. Na kwa hayo makaribisho kuna yale maneno wameweza kuniambia. Sababu hata tukiangalia ile kisa yenye ilitendeka Kaptebe, ukiangalia kwa undani kuna yale mambo ya madawa ya kulevya na pombe ilihusika mahali. Sababu mtu timamu huwezi kata mwenzako kichwa kama uko kichwa timamu kabisa. So wazee wamesema kuwa changamoto za pombe za haramu, changamoto za dawa za kulevya zimekithiri sana sehemu ya Turbo sub county, na tumesikizana wote kwa sauti moja kuwa pombe za haramu tunaenda kumaliza. Wale watu wako Turbo, especially kuna hizi makambi nimeambiwa ziko pale Turbo, kambi ya miwa, kambi ya mawe, ni onyo mimi nawapa, sababu nimekuja Turbo kufanya kazi. Turbo ni division 01, president number 1, so division pia ni number 1, ACC ni number 1. So watu ya Turbo kwa jumla, jua kali paka huko chini Kipkaren maili 9, ikiwa wewe ni mtu unahusika na mambo ya kupika pombe ya haramu, wakati yako imeisha. Kuketi Turbo maneno ya pombe ya haramu hatutaweza kubali, na wazee nimekufurahia kuwa wamenikaribisha na wamesema watanishika mikono tuweze kuinua hali ya watu wa Turbo. Tumetoka kwa maneno ya pombe, tukongelea maneno ya shule, tukongelea maneno ya barabara, maneno ya shamba kiudogo, lakini yote hayo kwa pamoja tunataka tuweze kuinua hali ya maisha ya Turbo. Asante.
Na pengine mahali kokote ambao pengine umepitia, umeweza kupata makaribisho kama haya ya wazee, na wazee kukukaribisha upande huu inaashiria nini?
Unajua wazee ni kioo ya jamii na wazee ni msingi ya jamii. Kila mali nimetoka, I think this is a very unique place. Sijaweza kukutana na watu wengine, ni mimi huwa nawaita mikutano. Lakini hapa wazee wa Uasin Gishu wameweza niita kwa mkutano, wakaniambia shida zao. Hata kabla sijaanza kazi, wakaniambia nataka tutembee namna hii bwana Dio. Na tutatembea kwa pamoja, zile hoja zote mmezileta na hakikishia kuwa tunaenda kuyatimiza. Asante sana.
Kongoi mising noto ko kirwogindet nelel noto nebo constituency noto nebo Turbo noto ka ACC noto nekatach boisiek chotok chebo miot ak boisiek chotok chebo Kalenjin Council of Elders en county noto nebo Uasin Gishu. Ako boiboiyenwa mising ko kotuyegei ako isto boriet noto nekitokyin chelososnatet nekokotestai kobit eng emetab Kenya ak boriet noto nekiityin biik chotok chetestai ak mayek ak anan kerichek chotok chebo bokitet. Kou notok meketestai kekas tuyet noto nebo boisiechu asikobit keibun kora eng logoiwekab emet chotok chebo saisiek chotok chebo tai. Kou notok ameche awekwa soet konyo Nairobi asikobit otestai ak logoiwek chotok chebo mashinani.
Kongoi mising sirindenyo nebo logoiwek noton ko Isaac Kogei kongeten county noton nebo Uasin Gishu. Logoiyot kotiengei ak anakatesetai boisiek chebo miot ak toksetab kandoindet nelel anan ACC nebo sub county nebo Turbo, ole mwoe icheket kole wendi kotoreti en ibunetab nesuldoen kirwoknatet. Ama logoiyot kotiengei ak boisiet noton nebo kerichek choton chebo bokitet kobun kurset noton nebo CEO nebo sipitalit nebo MTRH noton ko Dr. Wilson Arwasa. Logoiyot nekinyoru kasarta nekinyoru logoiwekab emet kongeten yuton bo Kass TV. Takemite eng tetutiet nebo Kass Mashinani, kitinye dakikosiek oeng asikekesun tetutiet ne amoche agochi tondenyo noton ko Bishop Hudson Ndeda nekokitinye ak inendet eng tetutiet niton bo Kass Mashinani. Bishop, hatuna muda, wacha nikupatie dakika 2 useme maneno yako ya mwisho.
Ya, nashukuru sana kutuhost na ninataka nizungumzie watumishi wa Mungu, msiwe na shaka. Serikali inatusikiza, tutaweka mapendekezo yetu vile tunataka kufanya self regulation, and we believe watatusikiza na tutasikizana mwisho, maana serikali na sisi tuna complement one another. Na kwa members wale wako Rift wale wengi sana, najua mnaona Kass TV, chairman wetu wa Kericho County Bishop Simon Bet atakuwa na consecration on 1st of July Jumamosi. Tukutane huko, tusimame na yeye tumtie moyo. Na baba wetu wa imani Bishop Tumising atakuwa huko, yeye ndiye atakuwa na consecrate huyu bishop wetu. Nashukuru sana, nitakuja tena ukiniita tukazungumza tena.
Sawa sawa. Shukrani sana na usalimie watu wa kanisa lako pale Tasia Embakasi na waumini wote, na tumeshukuru sana na karibu siku nyingine.
Asante.
Aya. Chitap Collins Norton go tondet ngo kitinye bitabrani Bishop Hudson Deda ne inendet ko nebo kecheret na National Chair nebo Church and Clergy Association of Kenya ne kagengalalen tuguk cheterter eng tatutet niton bo Kass mashinani. Kainenyu ko Caroline Kiplagat Matina akte mo weksei ak logoiwekab emet eng iton bo Kass TV.
Tuko na KD, tuna magwanda, tulikuwa naomba joka unaweza tusponsor hivi vile tuko mtu tatu.
Hapa tunaingia ligi ya kibuda. Unajua bwana hao maboy. Wewe ndio unaingiza kwa ingori ya watu. Huyu ndiye anayewachochea vijana wetu huyu.
Sherekea nasi mwezi huu. Channel bomba, sinema na vipindi vya kusisimua, burudani kamili kwa familia nzima.
That's why I love this stuff.
Sherekea nasi upate nafasi ya kushinda zawadi kila wiki kuanzia 55-inch TVs, fridge na pikipiki. Treat familia na ununue StarTimes decoder madukani kwetu na kwa uzaji wetu nchi nzima. Lipia subscription yako upate nafasi ya kushinda zawadi kemkem kwenye draw za kila wiki.
It's the best.
Kutoka kwa familia yetu hadi yako. Asante kwa kutukaribisha nyumbani kwenyu. StarTimes, furahia maisha kidijitali.
Mungu itasraju. Wewe tango itavitu shejo kabisa.
Itagat missing Chitap Collins ing kasarta nekakituye eng logoiwekab emet chebo Kass mashinani kongeten Newton bo Kass TV. Kainenyu ko Caroline Kiplagat. Ngetown county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet ole betusiek chengering kongeten kobarasta cabinet secretary Manet Ezekiel Machogu kole kibendi kechuchuchi saishek chebendi koboisie kipsomaninik eng somanet eng sukul. Kokamwa katuyetab kei nebo konetik eng county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet kole boibochini icheket kakwautiet noton koib CS Machogu eng mwaet kole wendi konyumnyumi kasuldaetab konetisiet eng sukul. Kamwa sirindet eng katuyetab kei nebo konetik nebo naat mornetab Elgeyo Marakwet Musa Busienei kole walutik chekoibarasta Machogu kobendi kotoreti en kasuldaetab somanet nebo CBC en oret nekararan. Nguni ngenyorun sirindenyo nebo logoiwek kongeten county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet Timothy Kiplimo koarorwech en koindo.
Kabarastaet nebo kechuchuch kasarta neboisie kipsomaninik en somanet en sukul kokamwa katuyetab kei nebo konetik nebo Kenya National Union of Teachers mornetab Elgeyo Marakwet kole wendi konyumnyumi kasuldaetab somanet nebo CBC. Ole kamwa sirindet en katuyetab kei noto Musa Busienei kole wendi kotoreti noto kipsomaninik kokuyo eng letitindo tuguk chekakinet en sukul.
Ngiger eng somanet nekobo nguno kokoikere lagok akot chemengech kingete kongete sait 11 nebo asubuhi akoba sukul akoi koit saa 12 amu koyoe lagok kochokonso mising akoi tuguk chekainetkei akot komawale sobeng'wa eng betusiek chebwone. Lakini ngikoch chito nafas boroindo neemegei ko tuguk chekakinet cheng'ering komuchi konam komie kobate kityo ak nafas noto kaminingit kotoreti kariasan tuguk chekakinetkei. Ara ng'olyot nito agere ale mie mising achek koki chama eng boisionik choto kokiyai kokipunguzan saishek ak kipunguzan subjektishek kora.
Somanet nelel nebo CBC kotorchingei koker kole kalewen kipsomaninik kit nemache koyai en sobeng'wai nebo tai. Kit nekaikimit Busienei kole wendi kowale noto toketab somanet en emoni.
Mi ng'olyot anyun nebo en ng'alekab kotoi konai lagok kole mache kosoman ne kong'ete komengech. Agere noto kora ole kararan. Amu sikekere akot achek walimu. Kisikekere lakwani kele ndakikonye lakwani kwo kikile anan kwo ng'olyondoni konyamnyum mising akobor. So kararan kotoi chito kosir koriach tumi tunda nebo let kenye konyoni kochenye kole oret nyu kwano kokakobetot koik keny. So kikere kele kararan nguno konai amu eng lakwet kotokomining ikere ile siletit nyi kotilil. Ko sasa ngekolji tuguk chi chemegei ak talent nenyi ko kararan mising amu tesetai konertoi ng'alechato.
En somananoto po CBC kotetat kolewenjigei kipsomaninik subjects chebendi koyae en kasarta netesetai ak somanet.
Kaipungusan subjektishek chemi eng CBC amu komusiko neo mising eng lagok ak konetik kora. Amu ng'olyondoni ko ng'olyon neuy ochei. Amu kikibwotyini kele kanyikisit boisionik ako lagok kotokomengech. So kingangeker ko kakepungusan kemwoe kongoi.
Kong'ete taonitab Iten en county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet, logoiwekab emet chebo Kass TV, kanenyu ko Timothy Kiplimo.
Kongoi mising sirindenyo Timothy Kiplimo report noton kong'eten county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet. Nguni kekushin kongabiliset nebo WRC Safari Rally nekotoigei karonetab raini ole ketindetab karit nebo KCB noton ko Karan Patel ko name boroindo nebo 19 kokebata stage noton nebo stage netai nebo Kedong en kabiliset niton nebo WRC Safari Rally ne tesetai ako tetat kowang'u en betut noton nebo Jumapili.
So Kenya celebrates 70 years of the Safari Rally, and KCB has been part of 20 years. So for the last 2 decades, KCB as a brand, as an organization, has been participating in motorsports, up and including the WRC sponsorship. I am looking forward to seeing the KCB drivers, but to be very honest, every single driver must be applauded for getting to this level. So I will be cheering on all the Kenyan drivers for one, but all drivers.
Ngebe agoi county nebo Uasin Gishu ole en kasarta nekibwoti agobo International Day for Drug Abuse and Drug Trafficking kokakocher CEO nebo sipitalit neo nebo MTRH noton ko Dr. Wilson Arwasa. En kibagenge ak kanyoik bi koistoengei boisietab kerichek missing choton cheistoi ng'wonindo anan pain killers akora mayek kosubkei ak nekikotestai koebu ng'oyondit ole some biik tugul korutechi sipitalisiek asikoistoengei kaimutik cheu choton. Ak nguni akochini boroindo sirindenyo nebo logoiwek Isaac Kogei kong'eten Uasin Gishu.
Amun ibaishe tomorrow ibaishe kora and so on and so forth, and the body gets dependent. So komuche ko biik che parege anan chelionen ko half of them or even more ko baishen kerichek. Kotienge chikilishe nyone kikeyai en Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital karibu nusu en biik tugul en Kenya ko kikobaishen kerichek anan ko maiwek en oret neya anan even any use. Maiwek komanyalu kebaishen even a drop. Konyalu kabisa ko kit neya nemanyalu kebaishen. Kou baishek kyok ko kimaye maiwek na waliishi mpaka 100 years. Inyoru siku hizi chito nebo 30 years ko kokotebi kou boyot nebo 100 years. Hata mwili imekwisha, vile anatembea amekwisha. So manyalu kitake testai kou noton. Yes.
Kongoi mising Daktari Saina mongen ogere biik chetya eng betut eng Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital chotok che maybe kikubun kaimutik chotok chebo boisietab kerichek. Statistics kityo eng nwogindo ko sipitalitab Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital otoche biik chetya ako tos bunu ano bichu counties kurcho.
Kongoi. Kigere chechang amu mamuchi amwa ale percentage netya lakini ina betut nekitinye clinic we normally see agoi like more than 50 patients ako cheboishe most of these substances. Sana cheboishe missing ko alcohol. Igere a big percentage ko alcohol sikosub chun alage, sigara, bangi, heroin, agoi drugs chebe hospitali. Woi.
Ara imwachini ne mara ko kwonyik anan ko chepyosok chetindo lagok chemengechen ako mara ngele chechang eng icheket kondo kerichek chemiten korik. Nyolu kwai ne konyor consultants eng sipitalishek anan nyolu kobun kwal kerichek kityo akoboishe.
Suluhisho kujibu hiyo ko kararan yeimioni yeikase ko makararan borto iwe sipitali. Sipkekonin kerichek kulingana na ugonjwa yenye uko nayo. Kosir yeinome kerichek chemi ka akitau iboishe amu mutai kunoitoi borto ako kokonu iboishe kokeny missing.
Yeah, thank you. So kongoi amun ka obwana si kimai kesom kele you join us in tembeanani kitembeani 10 kilometers kebe town kemwachin biik kelenjin kometo maiwek ak kerichek ak tuguk alak cheyach. Kemache kesambasan message noton ako amache amwa tesole en Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital kikoitoi services che specialized kora machu bo maiwek icheken kitinye kora surgical services ak medical services. A good example ko en oin en wikini ko first cochlear implant. Cochlear ko nerve nebo itit ko chito mi kikisich chito anan baadaye ko matakokas komie ako ingen ile chito nemakase komie ko mang'alali makoi kong'alal amun lazima ikas lugait asi developen uwezo nebo ing'alal. So kokiyai the first cochlear implant in East African region in a public hospital en MTRH yoyu. The cost nenyinet ko kimi barak lakini kimache keyai chechang asikonyo ng'weny cost. Get supporten President William Ruto keib ng'alekab UHC konyor chitugul services cheu choton. Kiyai kora kidney transplant, kiyai open heart surgeries, ak kiyai corneal transplant. Kakitinye en yu Dr. Beth Cheriot nemi ophthalmology neyoe corneal transplants. Ko cornea ko the white part of the eye, yo mami kora anan makararan komasoitoi chito komie. Ko ile kinyorune cornea at the moment keibu kong'ete America. Amun lazima koyan chito, Dr. Beth nonon amache sikomwa kidogo en ng'alekab cornea. Ko lazima koyan chito kole tun kasirte akoitoi kondanyun asikikochi chito age neimuche kotoret. Ko en Kenya kotomo kisirte ng'alek cheu choton. Ako kisome bikyok, kwanza en biik tugul chebo Kenya, biikab Kalenjin che uwen zaidi koit koko ng'alekab cornea. So kisome bikyok kele asi tun kait betut ingeleite betut nebo chitugul ne lazima iwe gaa, iwe olimbo barak Kipsengwet. Ko imuch ikoite cornea asikotoret lakwet ne ming'in asikotoret chito age kosoita komie. Ko Dr. Beth koyae kazi noton ako en kenyini alone ko kokoyai almost 20 such surgeries. The problem ko lazima keib cornea kong'eten chumbek en America olin. Kongoi.
Kongoi. Maybe Dr. Beth kaimutiet nebo konyek bunu ne? Ako kakekon somet noton nebo biik chotok che mi biik chotok chemokyingei ng'alekab konda anan koboishe cornea. Ko kurseng'ung eng biik chotok che bo kutitab Kalenjin. Tos yani biikab Kalenjin komongei ako kon anan cornea noton neboishe asikobit kokerto chito noton mokyingei.
Kongoi ing tebutiet noton. Netai ko kongoi amu kakinyor nafas keng'alale ng'alechu kororonen kabisa. Amu miten koratet kabetetab kertoet nebunu missing ng'alekab keratoconus, ugonjwa nebo cornea, laptet nebo konda neiptai nitani. Ko chang especially lagok chukometo sukul akobo keratoconus noton. Now oret nekinyoe inegei ko keyai transplant nebo cornea ing chikikoek let. ko cornea transplant ko in kenam cornea nebo chito agenge ak kikochi chito nemakakornen konyak. This is the most successful of the transplants. After skin, the most successful transplant ko cornea. So ko inoto no biik 20 eng kenyini agarib 20 eng kenyit konye ko kikeyochi akowektage sukul lagok chikakometa sukul. Ko kisome kele matekeibune cornea America amu kapkele cornea bei ne kali ako free ikoitoi biik kokochin eye banks free kotamne ndakinemu acheket eng yutok eng Kenya. Nebo aeng ngeibune bitonin ko makornen the quality chebo cornea amu biik chebendi kipsengwet eng bitonin ko akoikitu ko eng Africa kotuko mengech biik chesirtoi so maanishan tokornen the cornea so kakiimporten eng cost nebo barak cornea chem quality nenyi komi ngwony. Ndasikyin tokokitou eye bank nebo Kenya nengotar chito safari nyi eng dunia hii kuyakamwa mkubwa nenyandet ko akotar chito safari nenyi eng dunia hii kometo cornea nenyi koboisie chito age kotege sabenyi. Tos esho biik anan tos chome kokon ngakere marais koesho biik amu Kenya ketinye spirit nekure Harambee nikiketaune ng'etegei wakati wa independence. Kiyochini Harambee chi nemakingen kinemu rabinik ak tuguk chechang eng biik chi nemakingen kotamne kit ne free neu konda nekaitare safari ng'ung ningumekochi chito nesobei ikochini kutik ukeiwe. So ngaker ndakitebe biikab Kalenjin koiku rahisi kokon amune kaikai ikochi chito nesobe sikoboisie kotege sobenyi kosir bikochi kutik che chotos amakeboisie kokeny.
Noto ko Dr. Bet kakengalal kora ko Dr. Saina ak Daktari Wilson Arwasa inendet ko CEO noto bo sipitalitab Moi and Referral Hospital. En betutab rani ko rutochin icheket kebeberwek cheterter asikobit konoisechi biikab emet kotinygei ak betut noto nebo International Drug and Trafficking eng county noto nebo Uasin Gishu. Ako kiboibochin eng emet kamugul anan kibwoti akobo betunitok. Anendet ko Isaac Kogei awekwa soet konyo Nairobi.
The future is hands-on, and Sensei College is at the front line of technical institutes in Kenya, offering practical and skill-based courses accredited by all concerned bodies, TVETA, NTSA and NITA. Sensei College offers driving and plant operator, cosmetology, fashion and design, mechanics, hydroponics and irrigation, installation, building construction, hospitality, photography and video production, electrical and electronics repairs, and ICT courses. Get free plant operator training when you enroll for plant mechanics, free driving when you enroll for motor vehicle mechanics, and free riding when you enroll for motorcycle mechanics. The requirement is an ID only, with intakes every first week of the month. We have 2 campuses in Nakuru and Nairobi. We provide meals and accommodation. Sensei College. My skills, my future.
Sherekea nasi mwezi huu. Channel bomba, sinema na vipindi vya kusisimua. Burudani kamili kwa familia nzima.
That's why I love this stuff.
Sherekea nasi upate nafasi ya kushinda zawadi kila wiki kuanzia 55-inch TVs, fridge na pikipiki. Treat familia na ununue StarTimes decoder madukani kwetu na kwa wauzaji wetu nchi nzima. Lipia subscription yako upate nafasi ya kushinda zawadi kemkem kwenye draw za kila wiki.
It's the best.
Kutoka kwa familia yetu hadi yako. Asante kwa kutukaribisha nyumbani kwenyu. StarTimes, furahia maisha kidijitali.
Chitab Kalenjin itagat kegushingong logoiwek kobun ngwendut noton nebo ureriosiek ak kinomen kabelisiosiek choton chebo National Athletics Kenya National Championships che tesetai en kiwanjet nebo Nyayo ak final nebo 10,000 meters kokowelelesan lobotindet Irene Kamais ole kanam boroindo nebo somok lobotindet Ruth Chemng'eti. Tesetai kabelisiosiek chuton kobong'ugei betut nebo Jumapili.
kagimi ko kauya kot mising kagimi ak pik chi kalabat che mising kagimi ko kanarut akot kurupang purity akrelin ko igere le bik che tendo time akiche anya tieme kot ko to sai kwa among the selected team mo ko baibai nyu kot ka chu team nata saize ko tom ge ati sonet kerati sonet ab road races ko ma ko tia ko bagu track season ko mo ge at ko to manalano le to sa chap chega wenguna labatet ab betut ne Brian kageruinda kidogo but malen ale na regret hapana. Mimi naendelea na mazoezi, so mazoezi yangu haiko imeingia juu naendelea na mazoezi after recovery ya Istanbul marathon half.
Ngundi ko kemiten roi imuch kemagele kechengen form imuch kemagele kechengen form labatet noton nebo 10,000 meters ak mara miten ichopchinige marathon ainon kebendi tai.
Kalabatani Brian ko kachopchinige kami atestani al speed nenyunet komie no. And then again, kokawakilishani my team prison team. So kami kikasi o kami mazoezi kora. Yeah.
Amacha teben indiger labatet noton nebo 10,000 meters genga time nebendi timitab Kenya World Championships kotos igerna agobo potential ak chances chebo timitab Kenya gobel mindilet age tugul considering that competition kobun emet nebo Ethiopia.
Yagityo aleji kimena ruoikab Kenya nile tu wana okopana ndai ko confident jito ako labat mapora ka ko trainen agere magoi imendelo ya ko meta ko kityo forecast ako confident ya saya chapchinige chicago marathon nemi mwezi wa 10 ko not na prepare na chapchinige sai.
Chitab Kolenjin choton kayumetab logoiwek chebo emet ak ureriosiek chemuch koitun kong'eten yuton bo Kass TV en nguni. Kainenyu ko Caroline Kiplagat, amakon kiy age tugul nekararan.
Tuko na KD, tuna magwanda, tulikuwa naomba joka unaweza tusponsor hivi vile tuko mtu tatu.
Hapo tunaingia ligi ya kibuda.
Unajua alikuwa na maboy. Wewe ndio unaingiza kwa ingori yote.
Huyu ndiye anayewachochea vijana wetu huyu.
Ya miseno. Mungu itasraju. Maimeje tango itabetu shejo kabisa.
Haki nyinyi.
Wewe itasana hii ni urembo ama
yote?
Ni daktari.
Savea, doctor
Naona mambo imechemka hii. Mpaka mambo
imeenda.
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 Ala? Imeenda. Mama yangu.
Masinwan, masichepto amiolibo Kapsabet, Mosobecho Iruru village.
Iruru.
Tune in, ni mimi ndo naongea sasa. Karibuni.
Kitengeni rani kitogeleni. Ya muneno no. Ami iroro.
Ingalele jamye. Ingalele jamye. Ingalele jamye.
Yeah,
this is how we're feeling. Girl, them in the party look so appealing.
Yeah, hata nimekuendelea kule kwa peri of my vision. Yeah, nikajiuliza mbona nisikuje nikusamirie?
Oh, that's nice.
Hey, exactly. Sasa, see you let me buy you.
Buy me? Excuse me, I'm not for sale.
Not the best time to run out of bundles. Switch to the most affordable data bundles where you get value for your money. Visit a fiber mobile dealer near you today to get a fiber SIM. 1 GB for only 50 shillings, 2.5 GB for only 100 shillings, and 30 GB for only 1,000 shillings.
It's nice to see you today.
Very
nice. Very good.
Hey, I'm about to find Ivy.
No, there's no need to do that, yo. Yeah. There's no need to do that. No need to press you.
Yeah, no.
So welcome home. Yeah. Yes.
So you can put it in English.
I be good at
that.
I got a good idea. You know, the way you pronounce something depends on which school you went. Yeah.
Nenda mwaje cho baga nego ngoi enga motune na kikomut lakwan baka yomi
Inokere journalist chu reporten okiachame mising ale koni nangalal ko icheket. Now it has been a talent, there's been an ability, iko ability.
Am I talking to Jesus Christ? Oh, Moses. How are you, Moses? Okay, Zacchaeus. How are you, Zacchaeus, man? Thank you, man. Yeah, don't forget to greet Judas for me, okay? All right.
Kass Tv ak Kass FM International ko ketesiet neindoi eng Rift Valley ak ketesiet neinegei nebo TV nebo Kalenjin. Tokyinetab Kass FM ak Kass TV ko konetin, konaiseun ak kobaibain. Kass TV kotoreti koyapta noto ak eng nguno kesomin itoretech eng kasuldaetab boisionito. Kisome biikab Kalenjin, ngo boisiek, chepyosok, barnotik, sugulisiek, kanisosiek ak grupisiek chetindoi videos chebo kabaibaitetab kei, chebo sugul eng lagok, kwaya, chebo boisiek ak chepyosok, Sunday schools, kalewenoik, kabarunetab talendaisiek alak tugul, tienwogik, tumwek ak alak. Ngot itinye videos ichu anan ko logoiyot age tugul, isirwech email eng content@kassfm.co.ke anan ibirwech simet eng namba 0747 527 788.
Kass TV, kimnatet naet.
True Story with Levi Kones. Each of our stories unique in their own way, each of our stories authentic in their own way. We'll tell your story, we'll tell my story, we'll share all our stories that are true, stories that are impactful, stories that are real. That is Monday to Friday from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Everybody has a story on True Story with Levi Kones. See you then.
As we move in front, we can see there.
Agroecology is a multidisciplinary field which requires all the actors to be there. One, a farmer who is doing agroecology one is you're engaging in environmentally friendly agricultural practices. And this includes ensuring you're not using harmful inputs, as I earlier mentioned, so that, you know, these inputs, once you use very tough inputs, these one, they are washed when it rains all the way to the rivers, it pollutes the ecosystem. Some of these harmful inputs also kill some of the very beneficial insects, like even small, like bees and other beneficiaries, even the praying mantis and others, which are useful in ensuring the food chain moves. The other thing is as a farmer, you also need to be able to practice like indigenous seed saving and sharing practices, so that you have your own seeds. You are able to know where your seeds are from. You are not, for example, using genetically modified GMOs, which may be a threat to the current indigenous seeds. The smallholder farmers, they are also practicing a lot of tree planting on their farms and being able to ensure that there is improved soil health, that the soils that they are working on is very healthy. And the other thing is our farmers are doing also integrated pest management practices, maybe through biological control methods, which can be applied on their farm, so that they can be able to handle these pests in a way. And you see, in terms of integrated pests, there are different ways of doing it, but most important is ensuring you're preventing them and you're controlling them in the ways that are biologically sensitive. And the other thing for us is ensuring that the farmers, they are able to also engage, because agroecology is also a practice, but also there are principles around it. It's not just talking about agriculture. It is a diverse sector that is talking about agriculture, environment, health, trade, all this. And for us, this provided the conference provided that platform, and not only for the farmer but also for the policy, because the farmer needs also supportive policies. They need also private sector to be supportive, media, all the stakeholders. So it's an area that really, for the conference, it was a good time for all the stakeholders to come. And more so, I was also happy for the researchers, because we had a lot of paper presentations that were made that showcase the potential, or the fact that agroecology can indeed feed the world. So we did see those presentations showcased there. Secondly, we also did see that there were several exhibitions, and I was interested to see the upcoming new feed of a lot of inputs that are being processed that are environmentally friendly. And for me, that's an opportunity for the private sector also to step up their role in terms of having these environmentally friendly inputs. In terms of trade, even internationally, I mean, in the continent, we have the Africa Continental Free Trade Area that gives us a lot of hope for Africans to trade. And one thing about the agroecology, it looks at indigenous foods and cultural foods. So also looking at the local foods. That is something that agroecology focuses on, because food is not just food, but food we relate it in the way we know, in cultural ways, in indigenous ways, and agroecology provides that solution, so that as a Kenyan, you know the food that you are used to, you know the food that you are supposed to eat, and it's not just food. And I like the new movement that they have some movement on my food is African, or my food also Kenyan. So it's a new work for us that even as we eat, food is just culturally, it's indigenous, and it's what we are able to relate with. Yeah, because as I said, some of these inputs nowadays, they can be made commercially. You can make a lot of bokashi, you can make a lot of supermagro, you can make a lot of family liquids from different, there are so many of them now available, and people are able to try out. And the other thing, if you have a very strong soil that has the microbes inside, then you have very healthy soil that doesn't need a lot of inputs. Actually, looking at one of the research that was presented during the conference by FIBO on the long-term trials on organic agriculture, because FIBO has managed to work on with the ProEco project in Kenya. They have been doing farm trials on commercial versus organic, for example. And from the studies that they shared, is that organic is more sustainable, because in the long run, the production of organic is more even than the conventional. At the beginning, when the farmer is converting, they may have less input or production, but within like the 5th year, the organic production is more, and even more sustainable, because the soil now is healthy, and the farmer is maybe has been able to manage to know what to do. So we are also encouraging farmers not to do agroecology for the sake of high-end markets and so on. We want people to really understand the importance in their own health as a farmer, when I'm not using harmful inputs on the farm. It's healthy for me, it's healthy for the environment, it's healthy for my workers, for example, it's also healthy for my children. So we want to have people understand why agroecology is important, because one, for a long time people talk about food security, and we forget that food security, it's not the amount of ugali in the table every evening, but it's about the safety, the quality of the food that we eat. So this is something we all need to understand and appreciate. And there's someone who is out there trying to know where to begin, looking at even the different farmers we have been able to support or work with the Spelum Kenya, and look at the food item, that's maize, that's the staple food. It's a lot of potential, and not only maize but also other kinds of food. So we have farmers, not just small scale farmers, but also some big farms which have been successfully able to do agroecological practices that are working out. As an organization, we believe that agroecology is the solution, because these are practices, one, which are climate resilient. These are practices which are environmentally friendly. These are practices that are actually culturally sensitive and indigenous. And when we are trying to promote these practices to the farmer, it is a mixture of different environmentally friendly practices. One, for example, a lot of focus on reduced harmful or no use to harmful synthetic inputs, that is fertilizers, pesticides, such kind of things, and also looking at indigenous seeds, that those are kind of inputs. The other thing we are looking at is ensuring there's a lot of focus on soil health by farmers, so that gives the soil can also sink a lot of carbon. It can also make sure the plants that coming out very healthy. Something else is we're looking at also integrating forestry, ensuring that among the agroecology practices that we promote is agroforestry, which ensures there's more trees, and also other practices like conservation agriculture, looking at minimal tillage, and also not forgetting the issue of youth and women. We have been part of the UN Decade of Family Farming. We are trying to encourage families to work as family farmers, to ensure that they are working together in the farms, and that gives the opportunity to pass the generation to the youth, to the young children that who need the information for the future. We have a challenge as a country whereby we have an aging population who are doing the agriculture being done as a retirement work. So we want to have more and more youth, and I'm happy the conference also brought a lot of youth who were able to exhibit. As Pelham Kenya, we also supported a few youth who came and exhibited, others who also made paper presentations on what they are doing, and it's exciting to see what is happening within even our membership. We have some of the members that are doing short courses to the youth. We have been able to work with some like SACDEP to come up with like training curriculums which are being used, and this is important to be able to pass the knowledge to future and current generations. We even had an African caravan too of youth issues on towards the climate change, and we are looking at the issue of land rights. Land rights now, because that's a big issue, and we know that some of these challenges are also culturally related and linked. As an organization, we are trying our best to empower the youth so that they can venture into value chains that may not need a lot of space. They may not need a lot of land to, for example, to use, and also in other ways of the value chain, maybe in marketing, online, not banking, but online marketing, so that the youth can look at even innovative ways of supporting the value chain. At the same time, we have also, as an organization, we are strategizing and seeing how best we can continue to advocate and raise the issues that are relating to women and youth rights, so that they can have a place of being able to contribute in a more good way, because we know that women do a lot of work on the farms, but when it comes even in, let's say, in market, some of them they may not be able to get the money from the crops that they are doing. They may just get food from the farm for feeding the children, but these are big issues that require a lot of support culturally, because we know some of the laws, yes, they have tried to address these issues, but due to the cultures that are strongly embedded in the communities, they have been very difficult to change. So it's a call for everyone to just support the youth and women so that they can play a more active role in the agriculture. As an organization, we also have an ambitious women project where we are trying to build on the leadership skills for young emerging women leaders so that they have these leadership skills with them. They can be able to negotiate, they can be able to be out there and lead others in terms of the area aspects that are related to agroecology. We have the project is called African Women Leadership in Agroecology, which is in Kenya, Zimbabwe and Uganda.
Gooseberry Delight Company Limited ko ketesiet nemite eng komasta noto nebo Ilula nekotokchigei chobetab mbonik anan gooseberry eng kutitab chumbek, ako kikomuch kotoret eng oleo kabatik konai kamanutietab chobetab juice ak tuguk alak chotok chebo kamanut kobun mbonik.
So hii kampuni tulianza mwaka wa 2019, it's about 4 years ago. Tulianza na kwanza kutaka kusaidia wakulima wale wanataka kupanda gooseberries mbonik, kutafutia soko. Sasa shida yenye ilikuwa ya kwamba wakulima walianza kupanda hizi mambonik, lakini shida ikakuwa ni soko. So ilibidi tujaribu kuleta wakulima wakuje pamoja kuform group, alafu sisi kama kampuni tukaregister kampani yetu inaitwa Gooseberry Delight kusaidia hawa kupata soko. Hiyo ndio ilikuwa shida kubwa sana kwa wakulima.
Kosubkei ak Viola Cherotich Maina ko kiib kakwautiet noto nebo koi value addition eng mbonik ako toret kora kabatik konyorchigei kelchinoik cheboto siret.
Tulikuja tukajaribu kuuza hizi fresh fruits hapa kwa soko ya Eldoret, tukakuta kwamba watu wengi hawapendelei sana hiyo matunda juu iko na ukali. Kwa sana watoto wanaipenda, lakini unakuta hiyo ukali na huwezi kula mingi. So tukajaribu kuona jinsi nyingine ya kujaribu kuongeza value ndio ipate kuliwa na watu wengi. Na kitu kingine tena tulipata shida ilikuwa ni shelf life yake. Unakuta hii matunda ukiharvest na utoe ngozi inachukua wiki siku 3-4 inaharibika. So tulikuwa na mazao mingi tumeletewa kutoka na wakulima, tunajaribu kuuza, inakuwa shida, tuliharibu mingi sana. Ndio tukafikiria ni nini ingine tunaweza fanya.
Mwae ine kole rutochin icheket kabatik eng kasarwek chechang asikobit konet icheket tetutik chotok chenyolu kosup amait kokes mbonik akomong kesutik chotok cheititootin.
Hii gooseberries huwa kwanza tunatembelea mkulima kuwafundisha jinsi ya kuvuna. So ukishavuna huwa wanatuletea kwa makao yetu iko Kimumu Bahati Market hapa county ya Eldoret, wanatuletea hapo ndio penye tuko na ofisi ya kupokea. Tukishapokea tunapima na tunaanza mambo ya sorting. Tuko na watu wanafanya kazi kwa wanatusortia, wanajaribu kutafuta ile mzuri na ile mbaya. Ile mzuri ndio tunaweka kando, ndio tunaleta sasa hapa kwa factory yetu ya Ilula, pale tunaanza maneno ya processing.
Ter noton nebo kochob juice koyomi kora mbonik cheimondo koba siroshekab emotinwekab sang, ako nitok koboisie oret noton nebo kimnotetab asista koyam mbonik eng greenhouse.
Ile dried matunda inataka ile quality high class kabisa, ile iko well ripe na haina any crack, and it's extremely imekuwa overripen. Hiyo ndio matunda yenye sasa wakati wana select tunaweka kando. Sasa hizo ndio hiyo inakuja inasafishwa, wanatumia kemikali ya preservation yenye tunaweka, alafu tunaosha nayo kwa maji, alafu tunakausha, alafu tunapeleka kwa dryers. Hiyo tu kwa dryers inachukua muda kama wiki moja, nategemea na jua vile iko. Kama jua iko kali sana ina take 3 to 4 days. Kama jua iko chini huwa tunafanya 1 to 10 about 10 days. After hiyo sasa ndio wakati hiyo inakuwa huko kwa greenhouse, huwa tunapendua ndio isiungue. Kuna tendency ya sangine jua ni kali, unakuta zingine zinaungua.
Mwae Viola kole kitoi boisionotok eng kenyitab 2020 ako kitaune litaishek 40 ako inguni komangu litaishek chesire 180.
Tulianza hii project ya kutengeneza juices 2020 wakati ya corona, ndio tulianza kujaribu kutengeneza hizi juices. Tulikuwa natengenezea huko nyumbani hapa Kapsoya, tukifanya hizi trials na tukitengeneza. Tulikuwa tunatumia sufuria ndogo sana tukianza, na baadaye tukashikwa mkono na kampuni inaitwa Micro and Small Enterprise Authority. Walikuja kutusaidia, waliona vile tunahangaika, wakatupatia nafasi hapa Ilula Center, pahali penye tunakuja sasa kufanyia the commercial production ya hizo vitu.
Akot kunotok ko kinyor toretet kubun kibagengeit noto nebo Micro and Small Enterprises Authority MSEA nekitoret konyorchigei mashinishek che nyumnyumchin boisienwa.
Tangu tupate hizi machines with the support ya MSEA, hizi machines imetusaidia kabisa kuhakikisha ya kwamba sasa tunaweza kutoa a bigger production compare na ile ya zamani tulikuwa tunafanya kidogo.
Kosubkei ak North Rift Regional Coordinator nebo MSEA CPA Alton Kogo ko kilewen icheket konam akorob eut kibagengeit notok bo Gooseberry kobun nyorunetab mashinishek ak komosta notok neisuldae boisienwa.
Sisi kazi yetu ni kudevelop products, na kwanza kwa this product ya Gooseberry nataka nitoe himizo kubwa kabisa.
Colon cancer is a tumor or a growth of the large intestines of the digestive tract. And when the cancer starts, we have abnormal multiplication of cells, and these cells will eventually form a tumor or a mass that can cause blockage to the intestines, or it can cause pain. Colon cancer symptoms take time. In fact, many patients, if you ask them, they will tell you, yeah, I've had constipation, sometimes diarrhea, bloating, stomach upset for some time, even a year, before they are diagnosed to have cancer. So if you will encourage people that if you have what we call altered bowel movement, like your normal stool habit is, something has changed, even the color of your stool, or you are getting constipated, alternating with diarrhea, gas in the stomach, is good to check that for screening for colon cancer. In early stage, there will be those symptoms we've mentioned, but with the advancing stage, you will come with total blockage. You are unable to pass stool, so we call it intestinal obstruction. Patients can also have weight loss, lack of appetite, tiredness, and if there's bleeding, then the patient becomes anemic. If you have a family history of cancer, there's a